So when we're teaching the girls about sustainable agriculture, what we're trying to teach them is that you can use the Earth's resources to the benefit of humankind by using the nutrients that are naturally found in the soil, using the water from the rain to grow plentiful and healthy vegetables that can feed our planet.
Everything has its place. Our job is to try to understand what that is, and when we don't understand it, to keep trying to understand it. So not to take away anything, but to live with, and when we do take away, to put back.
Many times it's easy to use Miracle-Gro or chemicals, but when we started gardening over 20 years ago, we were really adamant that we were going to try to do it as naturally and as authentically natural as possible, because the organic gardener tries to use the cycles and the systems of nature to help him or herself. We're privileged at Sacred Heart to have goals 1 and 3, and both lend themselves really to what we try to do here with organic farming.
Goal 3 in our goals and criteria ask us to teach the girls to be stewards of the earth. And here we go a long way toward meeting that goal here in our school garden. The garden is used throughout the curriculum, with our 5th grade taking the lead. They are our planners, our planters, and they maintain the garden through the spring, hand it over to the Summer Academy, and then when they come back as a 6th grader, they come and harvest all our vegetables.
I do feel extremely passionate that young girls, young boys alike need to be touching dirt and them relating to food in a different way. To food, to insects, to teamwork. Seeing young kids touching dirt for the first time is joy for me.
We planted spiders, leeks. I had a lot of fun and I don't want it to be the last day!
At this stage, here in September, we are about to harvest our vegetables, which will then be brought to our school kitchen, where Chef Anthony will use them at our lunch program. We're hoping to make some pesto with all our basil. We have a lot of potatoes and kale. He is going to supply our salad bar, make us some soups with all the vegetables we've grown here. So we are really trying to teach that concept of farm to table to our girls. Here at Sacred Heart, our girls know that vegetables don't come from the grocery store. They're grown in the soil, and it takes work to maintain that soil and keep it healthy.
If we get really in touch with it, and we get really close to it, and we start really eating from it, and that means even just going to farmers markets and meeting the farmers that actually produce the food that gets to your table. It's shortening the distance between things that are trucked all the way from California or flown all the way from Chile. It doesn't say that those are bad, but do we need so much of it?
You can get asparagus from Chile in the middle of the winter, but there's nothing better than your own homegrown asparagus, grown organically, that you've worked so hard to cultivate. Everybody can do something, and it's really just living as nature intended. And it doesn't have to be 200 acres in Poughkeepsie with Sprout Creek, or 2 acres with sheep, goats, and 50-some animals. Even if it's a simple seedling you start in a basil plant in your kitchen, it gives you a sense of satisfaction and doing what we should do with nature.
We do not need to use fertilizers and chemicals that strip the soil of nutrients, and we can, if we're responsible, maintain our earth to continue to feed generations of the future.
I feel the curriculum in a garden is absolutely endless and can work for any kind of curriculum, any kind of age group, and I hope it grows and grows.
Yeah, that's it! Film's over!